Hey guys, this is the Hermès Arceau Le Temps Voyageur, a very interesting implementation of a travel watch because it works very differently from many other GMT watches on the market today. Now, the key feature here is this little sub-dial that will travel around the dial via this little pusher, and from there you are able to track your home time, which is up here in this little window, and the current time of wherever you are in the world. So I'll show you an example of how to use it. Right now I've set it to Singapore time, and the proxy for this on the dial is Beijing, since both places are at GMT +8. We can see this little red hand pointing at Beijing on the city ring, which points to the time zone that the sub-dial is referencing. Let's say if I were to travel to London, I press this little pusher on the side, and you can see the entire sub-dial moving, step by step, hour by hour, until finally we get the red pointer hand and the time sub-dial to point to London, which is at the top here. Now what you see is that the entire dial has changed. The home time where I started from just now still remains at 10ish o'clock, shown at the window up here, whereas the sub-dial that shows your current time, in this case London, shows 2:10, which is correct because there is a difference of 8 hours between the two places. The interesting thing about this watch is how the basic architecture is similar to that of the L'Heure de la Lune, which came out in 2019, which is also, like that watch, a collaboration between Hermes and movement maker Chronot. And you can see how the time sub-dial in that watch moves in a similar fashion to the one here. In the Arceau Le Temps Voyageur, there is also a Chronot module that has been added to the Hermes H1837 movement. It's nice to see how this idea has been extended further, and like the L'Heure de la Lune did with the moonphase complication, the Le Temps Voyageur similarly gives the owner of the watch a very different way of experiencing a familiar complication. And of course, being a watch from Hermes, that little map behind the moving sub-dial is not real. Instead, it's a made-up map with made-up places, which I also know is in line with the Hermes philosophy of promoting your imagination to flights of fancy. When this watch was launched at Watches and Wonders 2022, it also came with a bigger sibling. This one here is 41mm in diameter versus the previous one at 38mm. It is bigger in DLC titanium, which is decidedly sportier, and with the same famous Arceau lugs. I would take both versions if I could, but between the two, if I really had to choose, I would take this one. Here's the 38mm version in stainless steel on my 16.5cm wrist, and here's the 41mm version in DLC titanium. In summary then, the Arceau Le Temps Voyageur is a fun and interactive travel watch that I really can see myself wearing on a trip when I want to expand my horizons at the many interesting locations that the world has to offer. I mean, what other watch allows you to see the whole world on its dial and allow you to press a little pusher to fly there instantly when you want to? What do you think?